Hi everyone, hello my buddies. So today we're going to be talking about what it means to afford luxury and how appearances can be deceiving. So looks can be deceiving. I know you see like a lot of people on social media and it may seem like they have this, that, and the third, and you kind of start to compare yourself or start to indulge in the thoughts of what am I doing? What am I doing wrong? What can I be doing better? So we're just going to strip down the complexities of wealth to something more manageable. We're talking about the real way to simplify your path to wealth, the real way. This is inspired by a book I've been reading, The Millionaire Fast Lane by MJ DeMarco. It's a really amazing book. I've read a lot of books, but at a certain points in your life, you feel like it's certain books that may align with you at that moment in your life. So right now, this book is aligning with me. So stick around if you're ready to challenge how you think about money. Really quick, guys, before we get started, I want to share a gentle reminder why I deeply cherish the insights in the books that we explore and the research we delve into. It's important to remember that not every idea or advice will suit everyone. So we're all on unique journeys, and what works for one person might not work for the other. So I encourage you to absorb what resonates with you and feels applicable to your life. As always, I base my videos on thorough research and the wisdom found in trusted resources, which you can find linked below. And let's keep an open mind, and an open heart as we learn to grow together. Now let's get started. So let's talk about what it really means to afford something. DeMarco says, if you can pay cash and not sweat it, you can afford it. Let's break this down with a personal story. Last week, I found myself looking at cars. So I wanted a BMW X7. That's a truck. It's not my dream car, but it's a truck that I really want right now. And I went to go do the monthly payments, calculate it, and see, how much would it cost for me to get this truck right now. I want it right now. My car is paid off. My car was paid off over a year now, and I just pay insurance. So what can I do? Or let's just see, because I know this is a truck that I want. So I'm looking on the dealership's website, building out my BMW X7. Of course, I want the M competition package. So not out of necessity, but desire. Like I said, I have a car already and it's paid off and it works perfectly fine. And the sticker price was a cool $2,500 a month. And it was a little bit more to lease it, not even counting the upkeep. Now, many people would hesitate calculating, justifying the expense, maybe thinking I can afford this as long as I get that promotion or my other investments pay off. And those were the things I was thinking. I was like, well, I can just rent it out on Turo, maybe a few weekends. Especially here in Denver, you don't really find many cars, like fun cars to drive. I was like, well, rent it out for a few, maybe the weekends and, make try to make my car note over the weekend, and then it's still that's a risk. But this is the seductive yet misleading narrative we always tell ourselves. Like, what if God please don't, but what if I lose my job, and then, anything could happen, and I'm thinking, I want this truck just because I want it. Like I said, not out of necessity, but out of desire. And this truck is gorgeous. It's truly a masterpiece. I love this truck. I've seen it in person. I haven't had a car and it's been a few years the last time I just had a car, and I was just I feel like this is my big girl purchase. It's time for me to get another car. But honestly, I don't need another car. If I do, I'll have a second car I have just for emergencies, or a car I drive to work, and that'll be something from the auction. But the point I'm trying to make is I may think I can afford the car, but I really can't, because if I'm thinking about, well, if I rent it out or if I don't lose my job, then, those are factors that will affect, if something happens, it will affect me being able to pay for the car. So if I'm not walking in a dealership with a cashier's check for $120,000, then I can't afford it. Now pause for a moment. Let's all be honest. How many of us will start juggling the numbers in our head, perhaps thinking, if I could swing this here, or if I can cut back here and eat noodles for a month, or not go out to eat for a month, push it a little there, and then maybe if my bonus check comes through or my income tax through, this is where we fall into that trap. This mental gymnastics we perform, telling us that despite the allure, the real cost of ownership extends beyond just the dollars and cents. And affordability isn't just about being able to make the payments without dipping into your rent money. It's about making those payments without having to rearrange your financial security. True affordability means this purchase wouldn't make you flinch. If you're calculating, if you're worrying, if you're planning contingencies around a purchase, then the simple truth whispers, this isn't affordability. This is hope playing the tune of reality. And I've been there, right at the crossroads of desire and practicality, wanting that sleek, powerful symbol of success under my control. Imagining the turns on the mountain roads, the admiring glances, the sense of arrival. I've arrived. This is me. But then stepping back into the realm of wealth, where freedom isn't just a word, but my everyday reality, where my decisions are not dictated by a debt or a dream deferred, but guided by a clear path to financial independence. The second thing I want to talk about, ever heard of lifestyle servitude? It's when your splurges on feel-good items like the latest tech or fancy cars start calling the shots. It's harsh, but it's a cycle many of us fall into. And some of the top lifestyle servitudes that I feel like they have been recently added to the market is like Klarna, Afterpay, what's the other ones? Basically the platforms that allow you to split your payments into certain amounts, whether it's interest-free or whether they charge you a small fee. If you're doing that, like, that should just tell you, I can't afford it. So let's say you have $1,000 in your bank account. You don't really pay any bills, you're in college, have $1,000, and you want to purchase some shoes that cost $500. Well, you're thinking, well, I work through the week, I make $18 an hour. Let's say $18 an hour, and I work 25 hours a week, and I'm also in school. So you're depending, you buy these shoes for $500. You're not accounting for, just emergencies. You don't have a savings. Or if you do have a savings, making a purchase that large and just saying, oh, it's $500. If I split it up over 4 increments, it'll only be $125 or whatever every 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, every 2 weeks. $125 every 2 weeks. So let's just say something comes up like emergency. Let's say you catch a flat and you need a brand new tire, or let's say if you need an oil change, or if it's time for you to, anything can happen. But just doing that, if you can't just buy it then, like if you just can't spend that $500 then, if you're not comfortable with that, then it's not really a good decision, because that's a lifestyle servitude. So you're budgeting for the next few weeks until you make this payment to pay these shoes or whatever off that you might not even, you wear them once and you don't even really want them no more, or, just like an instant gratification. Now that you want them, maybe they go on sale, or maybe, like I said, maybe you just don't want them anymore. So that's like a good example of lifestyle servitude. And I experienced a lot of that in college. Now let's navigate through the shimmering facade of what many perceive as wealth. So picture that same dealership, rows of high-performing machines right before you. And here lies a trap of beautifully gilded and often irresistible. It's the illusion of wealth, cars, tech, the latest fashion. It feels good, doesn't it? Like when you get a new car, when you buy something new. Like I said, it's that short feel-good moment of getting something new, which I've experienced so many times. And then, it's the rush of driving off in a brand new car, and then the scent of the fresh lavender, then the scent of the fresh leather. You guys know that smell, like the new car smell, and then the purr of the engine. It's like intoxicating. It's like, man, I have to get this, But here's the twist in our tale. So this isn't wealth. It's an impersonation. It's a costly mask worn to project success. And MJ DeMarco articulates it really well, and he bites clarity on this. So he says, financing a $90,000 car while clinging to a modest income isn't an emblem of wealth, but a costly lease on a fleeting image. Think about it. Does a true titan of industry worry about monthly payments, or do they make their own financial moves that secure lasting prosperity? Do you worry about monthly payments? Do you worry about monthly payments? I know I do. I wouldn't say I worry about them, but I know I have them. But still being in that thing, like, I want to get to that stage where it's like, oh, monthly, no, I didn't pay it off. I don't have any monthly payments. Like, I pay my insurance premium for the whole year. I don't have to worry about paying my insurance every month. Things like that. Like, that's the true feeling of wealth. That's where I want to be. That's where I'm aiming towards. And that's the road that I'm going on, the fast lane road. And then he also says we often succumb to the siren call of instant gratification. It's the plush leather seats of a Mercedes or BMW, or just think of whatever car you want. Or, the sleek dashboard of the latest model. And in our pursuit of this immediate pleasure, what do we sacrifice? Freedom, financial freedom. The freedom that comes from owning a luxury car, but from owning the freedom that comes not from owning a luxury car, but from owning your financial choices without the burden of debt. So basically, you have sacrificed, for this immediate pleasure, you have sacrificed your financial freedom. Now you have to make, well, in my case, now I have to make $2,500 payments every month for the next 4 years for this truck that I really, really wanted. And it's not even a dream car. So, and it's not just about cars. This applies to across lifestyle, period. So whether it's an upscale apartment beyond, our means, or even if it's in our means, it's like, if you don't need it, what's the point? Like, I stay in a nice place, but just because I got a big salary, I'm not about to go downtown and get a penthouse for $4,000 a month just because, it'll be nice, but right now it wouldn't be a smart move. So, whether it's an upscale apartment beyond our means or those designer shoes that cost more than a week's groceries, those $500 shoes I was just telling y'all about. Each choice might offer a momentary thrill, a brush with the elite, I'm elite. But each also ties another knot in the rope of financial servitude. Like he said in the book, I've seen it. I've seen a shiny Cadillac parked outside a crumbling apartment block. It's a powerful image, isn't it? And I've seen this so much, like, because I'm from Jackson, like, you see somebody driving maybe it's a Hellcat, or maybe it's a Trackhawk or a Benz, and, you look at that house like, man, this the trap. This is the trap. How y'all got a Mercedes? How you got all these cars and this house small? It might not even be small. It's just like, don't look. It's just beat up. You don't stay in the best neighborhood. And that's a lot what I feel like our community kind of pushes that. Like, you driving a Hellcat, but your mama still staying in the trap. Or you still living in the trap. Like, y'all front door don't even lock and unlock. And this brings us to a pivotal realization. True wealth is freedom. Freedom from financial stress, freedom to make choices that enrich our lives on our terms. Imagine, if you will, walking into that dealership, whatever car you want, whether it's a Benz, or if you like Lamborghinis, or if you like Porsches, G-Wagons, walking into that dealership, not to sign up for a monthly payment, but to say, here, I got this cashier checks for such and such amount of dollars. I need a yes or no. Like, that's like, hey, 20 minutes, you gone with the keys. Like, that's true wealth. And it's a single transaction that doesn't dent your financial security. And picture the ease and the lack of stress and the sheer empowerment knowing that your lifestyle isn't on the line for fleeting luxury. This isn't just a fantasy. It's the reality of those who prioritize financial independence over symbols of status. And this concept isn't about shunning the finer things in life. I love the finer things in life. I mean, I love nice things, but it's about redefining them on your terms, about knowing the difference between buying a luxury item that you truly can't afford versus something that you truly want, and buying it because you feel like you can. When I dream of owning a Braves truck, I envision it not as a chain of financial obligation, but as a badge of my freedom, purchased outright because my financial foundation is solid rock. A Braves truck, a new one, is over $500,000. And then I would say take 20% of that just to maintain it. Flat tire, cracked. You can't be driving around with no luxury car with a cracked windshield or something not fixed, like you have to keep it up, you know, or that already shows that, hey, you wasn't there and ready for that car. And the key lies in long-term thinking. Shifting from instant gratification to delayed satisfaction. It's about building wealth that doesn't just last a few years, but spans a lifetime. This mindset isn't cultivated overnight, but is nurtured over years of consistent financial disciplined decisions. It's about making the choices today that our future selves will thank us for, and ensuring that our dreams are founded not by our debt, but by deliberate, dedicated saving and investing in ourselves. So as we close today's discussion, ask yourself this: are your financial decisions leading you towards freedom, or are they simply perpetuating the illusion of wealth? Are you buying into this lifestyle of servitude, or are you investing in your true financial liberation? So lovelies, as we wrap up today's journey into the heart of true wealth, remember, it's not about the price tags of the brand names, but the freedom they bring or take away. So either they're gonna bring you freedom or take away your freedom. Have you ever found yourself justifying a purchase that you knew deep down wasn't wise? I know I have. Plenty of times. Comment below with your thoughts or experiences regarding financial freedom versus the allure of immediate pleasure. If you're on a journey towards genuine wealth, remember you're not alone. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more insights on a truly rich life beyond just the material. Until next time, cherish your freedom, nurture your dreams, and stay so ever chic and savvy. Thank you guys for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. You know, I'm starting this new series on talking about financial freedom and wealth and money and things. So I just want to see how it goes. I want to share the gift God gave me. Stay beautiful, stay wise, and then most importantly, stay free.